Welcome back to another segment here on Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things. What do you see in your screen right now? What do you see in your screen? Oh man. Well, it's not fish. It's not chicken. To all you beef lovers, well, this is oxtail. And this is oxtail is one of a favorite dish that was created, let's use the word created, from the Caribbean. And of course, that Caribbean islands is none other than Jamaica. Out of the entire, let's say, Caribbean, Jamaicans has developed the word oxtail for this kind of a meat. This is the tail part of the beef, and of course that's because in Jamaica, or in a Jamaica, them not have much Hindu there, not much Muslim, and so them have more like Christianity, and many people in a Jamaica not so fussy at them religious thing, and so them eat this man oxtail. That's right. Welcome back on another segment here with you right here in Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things. I'm going to show you how to make this wonderful pot of oxtail. Are you with me? All right. With oxtail, it's already sliced up in nice bite-sized pieces. And there's a center bone where my thumb is at. That center bone there, it's what holds the meat together. It's in a very stiff part of the beef also, of this meat. So this don't need to be cutted in any other portions, because this is what you want to make a bite size with. Hold the center and take a bite. So I'll show you how to cook this. You don't have to cut it up. This I'm going to show you. I'm going to wash it up now and get it prepared for you. Are you with me so far? Remember, if you like this segment, you know what, Fido man, you subscribe, like, and share so others can see this dish. All right, here we go. All right, got this meat all washed up nice with vinegar, lime, and salt. And I'm ready to go here. Just the plain meat of the oxtail. I want to show you something now. This meat, usually I steam a lot of meat to get off the, the fat and so. But with this meat here, doesn't need steaming, because this is not one of the ranky part of the meat of the animal, all right? And I must tell you that this meat here, that little fat that we see around the edges of this wholesome here is what gives flavor to any oxtail dish. So you must have that little meat. So what I will do now is prep it up with some season. Just simple season. Put some garlic powder. I'll just guesstimate. And this is going to work as flavoring. Put a little bit of seasoned salt. I say a little bit, it looks like a lot, right? That's where the flavor comes in. Love garlic, ground black pepper. Give it some flavor. Now, I want to show you the next step. Step by step, I show you how to make one of the best oxtail dish, where you will bite your finger and lick your tongue. All right, with this now, I'm going to just kind of, merengue, mange it, or massage it into this wonderful season. And so it could just distribute all the season to every bits of meat. You don't have to be a superstar, don't have to be a scientist to make this wonderful oxtail dish, all right? Then I show you the next step. Step by step. Look at that. Oh man, you had smell-o-vision. You smell the bad boy. Now, if you're in a jungle, a hunter that's hungry with the smell of this right now, of the season into the raw meat, may want to take a bite. But no, it's 100% not ready. All right, so here we go. Next step I show you. All right, time for action. I got this wonderful karahi. Many of you call it pot, many call it karahi. I call it karahi for, hey, karahi's sake. I want to show you a nice method how to make the most delicious oxtail. I have made this a few times, and man, believe it or not, it's gone so suddenly by fellow eaters and favorites of oxtail. Got me the pan coming up to a heated temperature, and then I just want to focus to burn out the water that I rinsed this pot with, and then I show you the next step. What I'll do is wait for this to come to a temperature, then I'll put a little bit of oil inside. I'm showing you step by step how to make this wonderful oxtail. Right here now, I'll just put a little bit, let's say 2 tablespoons of oil. I guesstimate it. Just want to have the base covered with the oil. And I'm using vegetable oil. Don't know why I love vegetable oil. Because it's kind of a nourishing, you know, at least it's made with vegetables, right? Hopefully, right? So I got this oil gonna come to a heated temperature. And then I'm showing you step by step and kind of ahead of the time before, so you know what's coming up next. When this oil comes to a nice, wonderful temperature, I got me some brown sugar here. All right, this is going to give me a sweetened texture. My focus is to caramelize this wonderful oxtail, to give it a little sweet texture inside of it. Follow my recipe here, folks, on this wonderful oxtail. You will love it, all right? So, right here, bringing the oil to a wonderful temperature. Now, I don't want the oil to be overheated, so what I'll do is lower the temperature down to medium. So in this way, because I'm dealing with sugar here, and sugar is very delicate towards oil. Don't want it to burn, all right? Then it's going to be all gummy and burny and sugary, and, you know, don't want that to happen. Show you the next step. All right, now I must show you the look at this. This pot, this oil has come to a wonderful temperature. So what I'll do now is I will kind of shear. I'm going to spread this sugar out. This is brown sugar here. I just want to have this wonderful caramelized texture without burning the sugar. Now, with kind of a low heat next to medium, I'm going to bring the sugar up to a nice cooking caramelized way, and the best result to know when the sugar is ready is when it's going to start giving up froth. As you can see, froth is coming up now. So I'm going to let the sugar come to a nice brown, frothy texture. All right? And I show you. Now, this is what I'm looking for. You see that frothy texture there? That's what I'm looking for in this brown sugar. So I know the sugar is not burning right now to give a bittery taste, because when you burn sugar too much, it becomes bitter. Don't want to do that. So now what I'll do is take this oxtail one by one, and I want to caramelize each individual oxtail. So what I'll do is just with the temperature, and it's already seasoned, the oxtail is seasoned, so I'm going to caramelize it now with the season on it. And the secret is that the season doesn't move away or dissolve, or it doesn't fall off the meat. Alright, so I'm going to do this up like this now. Each individually I want to put, I don't want to stir them up yet. And that will be a process of stirring, but I just want them to caramelize first on each side, all right? Because now, when I do this process, the meat will inherit that sugar, that caramelized sugar on it, both sides. And man, believe it or not, that will be a wonderful flavor. So now, folks, I want you to follow my step on how to make a delicious pot of oxtail. With the corners, I have space. I could always put more little bits and bits of pieces on the side. You know, you don't have to be a superstar or a scientist to do a pot of oxtail. And now, got to let it go here. I'm going to caramelize it, let it go for like about 3 minutes on both sides. Now, what I'm also doing here right now is sealing the meat, the oxtail. I'm sealing the sides so the juice and the flavor stays inside within that meat, all right? Because if I notice lots of people pressure oxtail, that's because the meat is tough, they want it done fast. But you're losing that enormous flavor from this wonderful meat, all right? You don't want to do that. You want to take your time and do it the way I'm doing it. So let it go for 5 minutes on this side, then I'll turn it up, do it on the other side. I'll show you the next step. All right, it's been 3 minutes into the process. You could eyeball it. I'm looking at this wonderful glowy, shiny, kind of caramelized on the opposite side, which is not caramelized yet. But this gives me an essence to say that the one side is going perfectly. I got me one of these, a picker. I call it a picker. What I'll do is just use the picker, which makes it easier, and I'll just turn it. Look at that, how beautiful. I'll just turn it over. So in this way, why I'm not using a spoon, I don't want to take off no seasoning from the meat. I want it to caramelize with that wonderful marinated seasoning that's on it. Look at that. Now a hunter definitely could eat this, all right? If they're hungry, because of the flavor alone, that hunter will eat this meat. Am I right? Yeah. Look how beautiful. And we're talking about oxtail here, folks. So, man, look at this. The way I'm doing this, I want you to make it my way. You'll love it. Wonderful oxtail. Just have fun doing it, and you will love it. Look at that. I got to tell you something, folks. I went to the supermarket. I got this not too bad price as they stocked up fully. Went to a supermarket, so I asked the guy, one day I remember I went and I didn't see no oxtail there. I didn't see no chicken feet or chicken fingers at a supermarket. But this is reality story. It sounds like joke, kind of a funny, but it's reality, folks. I went to the supermarket when I picked up this oxtail, so I saw the attendant there, the packager, and I was like, hey buddy, how come sometimes you got pork stocked up, then sometimes it's empty? You got beef stocked up, sometimes it's empty. And I was looking for chicken feet or chicken fingers because my viewers wanted me to make some chicken feet, and I wanted to show them the easy and nice steps how to make delicious chicken feet or chicken fingers. How come you never had them stocked up? Now you have everything stocked up. He said, well, boy, Jim Boy's Kitchen and things, what I will tell you is this. It's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. I said, why? What do you mean? He said, well, we got all three religions that's come to our supermarkets, Hindu, Muslim, and Christian. So I was like, okay, so what's the essence of this, what you're telling me about Hindu, Muslim, and Christian, about the religions? He said, well, it's a good thing that we got all religions come to our supermarket. But the reason why, to answer your question, the reason why sometimes the beef is limited or sold out is because the Muslims, they buy all the beef. Why there is no ribs or pork when you come to buy it is because the Hindus buy the pork. I said, well, buddy, man, I understand. I looked in the shelf in that freezer. You never had those, the beef and the pork. They were sold out. But when I looked for chicken feet and fingers, you still didn't have none of those either. He said, boy, because the Christians buy out the chicken fingers. So, all meat are good, all right? All meat are good. Different religions eat different meat. So, in regards to that, gotta say hello. Happy Sunday, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to each and every one of you. Yeah. As we get a caramelized, wonderful, golden brown looking oxtail going on right now, I'm going to let it go for another 2 minutes and show you the next step. Alright, so wonderfully done. So, I have given it 5 minutes on each side. 5 minutes on each side. Look at this wonderful oxtail. And it's not cooked up yet. Now, with this looking oxtail here, I must big up a wonderful person that I think is a great person. And, I ate oxtail when this man prepared oxtail before. I must say he's a very great guy in cooking oxtail. Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things here, only going to kick it up a notch, all right? I must say hello to the man, Mr. Mike McDaniel. I have eaten this man prepared oxtail a few times, and I must say he's a very great cook at doing oxtail. So, got to big up the man, Mr. Jeff McDaniel, or Mr. Mike McDaniel. Great man he is also. He did it in a different preparation. It was pretty good. But I must say this, I'm just here to kick it up a notch, all right? All right. Now, folks, look at this caramelized, beautiful oxtail. I'm going to take these oxtail out and then put, with the same oil and the sugar, I will add a few more oxtail as I'm continuing the process, all right? Look at that. Oh, that fella didn't want to come out, right? He didn't want to come out. I want to show you. I'm going to put the next set. Oh, man, you have smell-o-vision. You smell the bad boy right away. If you had smell-o-vision, you smell the bad boy. Here comes the other set, the seasoning, the marination. For the other one set to put in. I want to take your time and do it individually, all right? As I said before, want to get both sides sealed and caramelized with this wonderful brown sugar. That's what's going to build a flavor. So many cook it differently. I know Mr. Jeff has made his differently. I think he made it in the oven, which is pretty okay. Some people cook in oven also, but I don't do that. I don't do it in the oven. I'll show you another way you can do it in oven and build up the flavor. At this point, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do this on the stove top. Alright? Or an outside stove, wherever you are and have access to the wonderful fire. So I'm going to let this continue caramelizing, and I'll show you the next step. And this is what, look how beautiful this is. Look like you could eat this. And of course a hunter will try to eat this right away. I myself, if let's say I'm in a forested area, there's no access to any food or so, I will eat this. Believe me, the flavor is there. And this is what they call in a restaurant, kind of a, medium rare. And something I must tell you about medium rare foods. Coming around meat, also I must mention once again that I think that the secondary problem right now, or the cause of death is cancer. And it comes from many that eats medium rare. Medium rare, it's just my belief. Everyone has their own opinion of eating. But coming around meat, folks, if I go to some place to order meat, cooked meat, I never like to say medium rare. Medium rare is next to raw. And that's not good because the bacteria, whatever bacteria was in that animal, will transfer to your body. You don't want that. So a well done meat is better. You're burning out the bacteria, right? It's just my take on this. So I want you to follow my recipe here step by step and make it my way. You'll love it. I'm going to let this do the same thing. We'll do the same process, show you the next step. And I must say this, coming back to the story from the supermarket, which means all meat are good, all right? You know, no religions, I think, wants to make up their mind what meat is good. They don't know what meat is good, right? All right, next step. You got me to caramelize here. What I'll do now is put this breast back that I have there. Look at that. Oh man, a pot of wonderful oxtail. Now I'll kind of saute it up in here. Oh man, look at this. Next step. I'll turn the heat up high now. And this is where all the secrets will come into this dish. Because I want everything to go in here and done properly. Got me some tomato sauce. Remember, I'm building a sweet and sour flavor into this wonderful, oh man, look at this. You have smell of vision, you smell the bad boy. Turn it up. So I'm making a blend now with this wonderful tomato sauce, kind of a stir fry it up now with the tomato sauce. I'm building flavor in this oxtail before I get it ready to fully cook, all right? And I'll show you what I mean by fully cooked. So simple, oxtail. At this point, I will put some ingredients inside. Some more of the garlic powder, just to build flavor now. Some more of the seasoning salt. Notice I'm not putting regular salt because I want it to be kind of on the balanced side of sweet and sour with a good flavor, right? And then put some ground black pepper once again. This is the cooking process. Now I'll turn the boil up. Oh man. Now at this point I could turn it up and mix it up any different ways because I don't care. I'm turning it carefree right now because, you know, it's all about marinating or stir frying everything inside of this meat now in this wonderful pot, alright? The focus was to caramelize the meat both sides, which was properly done, yeah. A pot of oxtail coming your way, folks. Alright, with simplicity doing this oxtail, you have to be a little bit cruel. Just want to hold the onion and just, you could do it on a cutting board, you could cut the onion, pre-cut it before, but you're doing cruelty right now, look at that. Just want to cut up the onion and throw it in there, it's going to do its thing. I'll do two small little onions just for the flavor. Stir it up. Must tell you folks, oxtail is a meat or a dish that stands alone. You don't necessarily need to put anything else like potato or arrows, nothing, alright? And not much of vegetable need in there, not much of ingredients. The reason why, you could have a pot of oxtail and the way you make it, step by step like how I'm doing it, you will enjoy it, anyone will enjoy it, alright? Anyone that eats beef, hey. Now, secret is, the only vegetable that's suitable for oxtail is something called butter beans. If you don't have butter beans, that's fine, but it gives texture to the oxtail. It reminds you of eating oxtail. Butter beans goes well. That's why you'll find butter beans in almost every dish in every restaurant. Alright, almost every restaurant that sells oxtail. Now, everything is everything here. Everything has been come together, has came together. Now, what I'll do is the cooking process. I will add a little boiling water. Don't want to use top water. I use top water, but boil it, alright? Now, let me tell you, with oxtail, this is yet only 15% cooked. Alright? That's why I say a hunter could still eat this in the forest. I will take a chance eat it because of the flavor and, you know, the 15% cooked through. But to get it fully cooked 100% with that butter beans and all those goodness I put in, we're going to have this boiling for at least 3 hours. Alright, I will tell you this right now. Oxtail takes about 3 hours fully boiled. Notice I'm not pressuring it because I want the flavor to stay in the meat. So I'll cover the bad boy, let it, I will submerge it a little bit more as it prolongs with the cooking until it goes for 3 hours. The water will become nice thick gravy and the food will be delicious. This dish will be delicious. Alright, so 3 hours after, we're going to check it back. Here we go. We're going to do an interim on this check-in also. When I mentioned 3 hours, I will check it every 15-20 minutes. It's a habit, and it's a good habit so that you see how the pot is prolonging. All right, so cover it. Let it boil away, boil away. All right, folks, notice the cover here got a little bit yellowish. That's because of cooking. Alright, doing the cooking here. If your cover doesn't have a little color, it means you're not cooking for real, alright? Because I'm going to drain it off. The water came out of the cover there. And look at this, 15 minutes into the process. Look at that, wonderful. I'll kind of just stir it up a little bit. High heat at this point because I'm going to let this fully boil, alright? At this point I'm going to add some more water right here because I want to submerge. Got the pot boiled away, boil away, put some boiling water again. I want to fully submerge this this meat here, look at that, because I'm going to let this boil. It's all about boiling now so the meat becomes tender. And because it was seared, seared or become stiff and sealed on the outside, both sides of this wonderful oxtail. Let it boil away, all right, for another, I'm going to give it, let's say, an hour and a half and check it back. It all depends on the heat. If the heat is high enough or low enough, regulate it that way and check the meat as it prolongs, because all different type of oxtail is different texture, different time of cooking, depends on the age of the animal, or And with this, I must say, folks, in regards to all religions, At this point, got to understand the Hindus are celebrating Navratri. Well, with respect to the Hindu community, you're celebrating Navratri at this time, which you keep fast. No animal products. Well, you don't have to look at this dish until after Navratri. We know the Muslims are coming up with Ramadan soon, where they're not going to eat things also. They're going to keep fast in a different way. And of course, this makes me remember a Christian, this preacher, and of course Hanukkah and all of that coming up for the Christian community. Well, respect to you also, respect to the Muslim, respect to the Hindus. And I must say this, folks, I recall, this make me remember when I mentioned you could watch this after Navratri or look at this after Ramadan. I must say this, folks, that I recall a preacher was in church. And after church, we all went out and chill. And we end up into a little place where, alcohol was being served. And this preacher took 2 beer right after church. And, amazingly, he was hiding that beer in his hands. So we saw him and we said, "Preacher, why are you hiding the beer?" He said, "Don't say it out loud. I don't want my followers in church to see me drinking." Well, big up to you, preacher. And of course, respect to you and the religion. So Hindu, Muslim, and Christian, we are all one. Like in South America, especially in Guyana, I know to say, one people, one nation, one destiny. And that's a true thing, Yeah, that's a true thing. For example, I got one meat going on in this pot right now, and it's none other than a delicious pot of oxtails. Just turn it up a little bit, cover it, and let it do its thing again. "40 minutes into the cooking process of this wonderful oxtail coming up very nicely. You could see it pretty much coming to a nice boil. But remember, it's a tough meat, so it's going to take, I would say it's about, I guesstimate it's around 30% cooking right now. All right? Going to take a little while, maybe another hour and a half to fully become tender, right? With this now, what I'll do is add a little bit more water to submerge it. Because the water becomes thick like a gravy already. That's what I'm looking for at the end of the cooking process. However, to get it boiling rapidly, I have to add more water, right? Or you have to add more water. Follow me step by step here. With this, I've got to say hello to Miss Jalisa and family once again. And of course, to that wonderful gentleman and your daughter there from Hageman and Broadway. Forget your name, well, hello to you. And I remember having 2 defeated conversations. Not defeated, sorry. I had undefeated conversations with 2 personnel. One was about the Navratri. Yes, a wonderful person from the Hindu community. He said, "Boy, at this time, we don't eat animal products." So I was like, "Oh, okay. So what do you cook for this celebration of Navratri?" He mentioned 7 curries, which are like eggplant and pumpkin and katahar and all these wonderful things. But at the same time, he also mentioned sweet rice. That's where I got him defeated, and I were undefeated. So, he said sweet rice is one of the main dish during fasting, especially for the Hindu community. So I ups him right there, or objected to that dish, sweet rice. So he was like, why did you disagree about sweet rice not appropriate for fasting, especially during, in the Hindu community? I told him simple, because if you're not going to eat animal product, sweet rice is only made with animal products. He said, no, I don't have no meat inside. I said, no, but carefully pay attention to what I'm saying to each and every one of you viewers right now. My belief, and it's not my belief, this is reality, because many have listened to what I said in previous dishes during these religious times. Sweet rice is a dish not supposed to be made as an appetizer or a fasting dish. That's because it contains animal products. For example, the gentleman said no meat inside, but guess what you have inside? You have milk. Milk came from animal, all right, from that wonderful, hey, you want to use the word beef? For example, sweet rice is made with, you could use whole milk, and in most whole milk containers you see a cow's picture. You use carnation milk, that's made from the cow, or that came from the cow, or you use condensed milk. And these are the milks that are used in making sweet rice. So there is no no-no about what I'm saying, all right? So if you're not going to use animal product, you cannot make sweet rice during fasting. And he said, hey, Jim Boy's Kitchen and things, you know, you are correct. I will notify this in my brains. Next time I'll make sure that sweet rice is not involved in a fasting dish. So, in regards and respect to each and every one of you, that was my undefeated conversation with that wonderful gentleman. As I got this undefeated, or let's use the word defeated dish, because I'm defeating this oxtail to taste so great. Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things with you. How you feeling, everybody? Oh, yes. Also, do not drink coffee with milk. Do not drink tea with milk. That's the challenge right there. All right? Fully submerged. It's been an hour and about 10 minutes into this cooking process of this wonderful dish of oxtail. I don't know why. I'm a fella. I do not follow human beings into a religion because of these undefeated conversations that I have with many people. I have the religion built in within my own soul. In this physical life, and will be in the presence of the Almighty Lord. Whilst this dish is boiling away, love to see this oxtail cooking away. I happened to mention something in a conversation. I kind of noticed this guy was looking at me. He was with his family. But, he said, "Hey, Jim Jones' Kitchen." Note that word, he called that name. He said, "Hey, Jim Jones' Kitchen." But I know what he was referring to, Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things. I responded and be like, "Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, bud, why you said Jim Jones, man? It's Jim Boy's Kitchen." He said, "Oh, okay, because you're from South America." I said, "Well, if you say that." So in conversation, he said, "Man, the reason why I said Jim Jones, because back in the days, got to understand, I saw the history and all of that, about a guy named Jim Jones killed all those people in Georgetown, Guyana, South America." All right, so I interacted with a conversation with this wonderful gentleman. I would say wonderful, of course. And so we spoke, we had some time, we spoke to each other in conversation. And he said, "Man, how come you guys allowed Jim Jones to kill all those people in South America, Georgetown, Guyana?" At that time, this was back in the 1970s. I were a youngster at that time, and so never really got chance to know about these tragedies that took place, as he's much older than me, so oh man, nice, right? As this wonderful pot is boiling away here. And if you agree with me, let me know, folks. It was an undefeated conversation. Undefeated means I win. And I did not want to be a winner or a loser in the conversation. Just a casual conversation about, let's use the word, a part of history in Guyana, South America. He said, "How come you guys allowed that?" Well, I repeat again, I was a youngster, I explained to him. But many people, I told him, even the adults, the citizens of Guyana, South America, even the Surinames, the neighboring countries, Suriname, Venezuela, Brazil, they never knew about this tragedy that took place, or the tragic tragedy where thousands have been killed, or hundreds have been killed by the preacher, and it's a preacher called Jim Jones. I will emphasize the word preacher, because he was a preacher from the United States of America, and he got followers that believe he was God. So he took them to a deserted area, or a deserted, all right, but we're not, desert going to be, dessert is going to come after this dish. So let's use the word deserted area, in the forested area in South America, Georgetown, Guyana. Interaction with the government at that time, or the president at that time, everything was hidden. The informations were hidden. The actions were hidden away from the citizens of Georgetown, Guyana, and the neighboring countries. So only the prime minister, if you want to use the word prime minister, at that time knew about Jim Jones and what his intentions were to, don't use the word intentions, because we don't know if the Prime Minister knew the intentions of Jim Jones. But he knew Jim Jones wanted to make a congregation in a forested area in Georgetown, Guyana. So what Jim Jones did, got his followers, got to understand, hey, make them believe he is God and are next to God, or servant of God, by preaching the Gospels. And so went to Georgetown, Guyana, poisoned them, used them, and killed them. And at one point, he's killed by his own fellow folks. So when I told him this situation, and so only the Prime Minister knew about this, but not the citizens of Guyana, young or old, or young and old, he said, oh man, I didn't know this. So that's an undefeated conversation right there with that gentleman. And he told me he has learned something about that. Yeah, so that tragedy of Jim Jones, no one knew about the intentions of Jim Jones. No one knew what the intentions would have been, or what the intentions were of Jim Jones. Only him and him knew, with the Prime Minister who allowed him to be there. Prime Minister, can't go to him too much about that, because he passed away by now. Many knew who his name were. I could use the word Mr. Forbes Burnham, yeah. But he never knew the intentions of Jim Jones. I guess he just allowed, because of financial situation and all of that, hey, go do a congregation, unexpectedly, that this tragic would happen by Jim Jones. So this is why I don't kind of believe in following leaders in religions. I try to put it that I am the leader of my own soul, where I would believe in God and believe in these wonderful religions within my personal soul. All right? Jim Boy's Kitchen with you. Jim Boy's Kitchen and things. And, this wonderful pot is boiling away. Didn't cover it up yet. Remind me of, the Muslim community, in respect to each and every one of you, where I have learned, and we all have realized and learned something, especially during 9/11, that 9/11 attack in the United States of America. Make me wanted to follow my own soul in religious ways, and don't be a follower of a leader religiously. That's another human being. Don't know his intentions. For example, Allah is a great person. Allah is another word for God in the Muslim community. But look what happened. Not all Muslims would have this thinking, but I must say, look, there is some that use the religion to kill other people innocently. And I don't think that's right. So that's why this is the point where I do not follow no religions, no leaders in religions. I created that leading point within my body and my soul. Oh man, Jim Boy's Kitchen and things with you on another mission as I got this boiling away here. It's been an hour and a half. I'll let it go for another hour and see. Then we're going to see the progress of this meat. Want it to be tender off the bone. Not going to be off the bone, but when you hold the bone in the center, you can bite that meat away. And this is simple beef, folks, all right? So I'll cover the bad boy and let it go for another hour or so. All right, it's been 1 hour and a half into this cooking process. Going to 2 hours, let's say 1 hour, 45 minutes. Let it go for another hour. As you can see, the meat is changing its texture away from the bone. Now, it's all about very important when you do oxtail. I want it to be boiled and become soft. So when you bite to hold the center and you pull piece, it should loosen to your mouth. All right? And then goes right into the stomach to make it smile. And with this, I've got to say hello to that wonderful gentleman, Mr. Ricky, and Mr. Amos, two wonderful, great gentlemen. Must say hello to you guys. And just want my commenters to know that I have acknowledged each and every comments that they made. And Mr. Famke, very great. I do acknowledge that wonderful comment that you have emphasized. Very great person. Mr. Rudolph, and of course Semi. Yes. And hope that your animals, dear Miss Semi, are doing great. And I have acknowledged that you had a sadness recently with one of your, I think was the cat. Well, well, I hope everything goes well, or went well. All right, so I'm going to let it continue on for another hour, and we check it back. Now it's time to add one of the secret remedy, which I'll tell you. I'll add a little bit of ketchup, not too much, just to give it that, enhance that sweet and sour texture. Because now I'm going against this wonderful brown sugar. Keep in mind you have brown sugar there. I don't want it to be caramelized and become like candy when it's cold. And that's very important when using sugar, all right? Now look at this. With that ketchup inside to enhance the flavor. And I got one more little secret I want to show you. So this is how you make oxtail, folks. It's coming along nicely. Now this is my little secret I was telling you. Got to add a little bit of barbecue sauce for flavor. This is going to give it a nice texture of a more sweet and sour texture. And it's going to give a thicker sauce, alright? Yeah, barbecue sauce. I had to run out and get it, you know. Yeah. Lots of rain. What's happening? Like that dish? And I must say, folks, with all respect to all religions, respectfully, I love each and every one of you. And of course, remember, you don't have to follow what I do. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to listen to what I do. You don't have to do what I say. It's just my opinion on these things, all right? That's an iconic building right there. The leaves are falling down because it's fall time. It's pretty chilly now. Winter is in the air in upstate, and of course in the northern part of New York City, New Jersey, the chill is in the air. We thank Thee each morning for a newborn day, where we may work the fields of new morn hay. We thank thee for the sunshine and the air that we breathe, O Lord. We thank thee. And of course I thank you, Lord, for this barbecue sauce, that I could have picked up this barbecue sauce so I can throw it in this wonderful oxtail. Oh yeah, we thank thee. And of course, Lord, we thank you. You know that everyone thanks you, and I pray God you blessed each and every one for today, tonight, tomorrow, and the rest of the other years to come. Wonderful oxtail coming up after 2.5 hours. I'm going to check the bad boy now. As I told you, the barbecue sauce will enhance the flavor a little bit more and give it this aroma. It's going to be like a perfume-ish, smell or aroma into this wonderful oxtail. Now look at this. It's 95% finish. And I must tell you folks that I'm going to let this simmer down now with high heat. Cover it, let it simmer down for another 15 minutes, and this wonderful baby, the sauce will be all thick and gravy-ish, and of course oxtail will be ready. This could be eaten with peas and rice, or you could eat with plain rice, you could eat with bread, eat it just like so, or you could eat with a roti. All right, folks, remember to subscribe if you like what you see. And, of course, like and share so others can see this wonderful oxtail dish. How to make it, of course, step by step. Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things, showing you how to make it step by step, all right? All right, now, at the time as the dish is cooking down, time to throw some regular salt inside, which I'll be doing right now. Just a little bit, because I already put seasoned salt. This is just to give it, enhance the flavor, to give it a taste. And salt is basically for taste in any dishes, that's all. Stir it up a little bit. Beautiful. So this dish took, this wonderful pot of oxtail took approximately 3 hours to boil through. And that's how I wanted to get it done properly, all right? And this is it, folks. Here is a delicious pot of oxtail. Wonderfully done. If you like this dish, please subscribe to my channel so you can see more of what I bring to you. Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things. Alright? Look at that. Here goes the oxtail. All tender, meaty. Look at that. Loosen off to the bone. Alright? Look at that. Yes. So do it my way, you'll love it. Until the next one, folks, be kind to someone that's not kind to you. Kindness will always prevail. And once again, greetings to each and every one of you. Once again, Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things saying, adios, mi amigos, goodbye, everybody. Make this pot of oxtail whenever you feel like. More dishes, more sceneries coming to you right here in Jim Boy's Kitchen and Things. Until the next one, take care, everybody. Bye.